Hi everyone, welcome to LNDIY. Today we're going to show you how to create this beautiful spring-inspired flower arrangement. I really love this because it's a great alternative to the typical vase arrangement that you see all the time. So I had a lot of fun putting this together and I think you will too. Here's what you need in order to do this. Flowers. I recommend getting 5 different kinds, small, medium, and large heads. Wet foam specifically for fresh flowers, different kinds of moss, small plate, could be square, round, whatever you like, plastic with a little lip, some form of tape, wire, scissors or shears, and a knife, and greening pins. I got the majority of these from Michael's. This shoebox I just grabbed from the shelf and filled it with water so I could soak up the wet foam. All right, let's get started. Step 1. We need to get our wet foam wet. So we're gonna soak this right into our shoebox. And this foam is gonna absorb water and be full. Now that the water has fully soaked, we are gonna cut this into 4 pieces because I'm creating 4 arrangements to place into a very long rectangular center table for a full tablescape. I'm gonna first mark the center because that's always easiest to find. And drag it all the way. Okay, now that I have that cut, I will break it apart, fully separate, and voila, you've got 4 wet foam pieces to start off with. So then the next step, I double up by using 2 plates and placing the oasis right on top. If I were to do the arrangement just like this is not secured and it will topple over. So I tape it onto the plate first, that way it has a place to attach. I pull it tightly so it kind of dips into the wet foam a little bit, and then bring it all the way around so it comes in contact on the other side. Snip off and secure. I repeat this 3 more times in the middle and again on the sides to create this grid pattern. All right, in this next step, we're going to secure the moss onto our wet foam. Now the whole point isn't to cover the whole thing, it's just to cover the base so that we can use this upper portion to place our flowers. So let's rip off a little piece here. It doesn't have to be perfect. You want it to be organic. You want it to look natural. So utilizing these greening pins, and all I'm gonna do is secure these all the way around the base. This is to cover the plate and to also ensure that we have a full table arrangement. Done! The first thing I always like to do is, in this case, we're going to be starting off with the biggest vase flower, which are the hydrangeas. I love these because they take up a huge amount of space with very little effort. We're going to cut them very short because I'm going to be placing them very close to the base. And I like to cut it in a diagonal, allowing the stem to drink up as much water as possible. I'm not going to take off these smaller stems because I believe that they're going to be adding a little bit more texture to the arrangement. Ta-da! Next, let's work on our baby spread. You see this mess? Dude, it's like my hair in the morning. And ta-da! I'm going to cut these very short, about 6-inch lengths. You'll see a little elbow where they meet. I'm going to be cutting them there. I'm gonna fill it up like little snowflakes all the way around. You don't have to think too much about it. Just stick them in, and we're gonna be covering the base of the foam. I'm gonna do 3 stems a little longer than the rest, and the reason why is because I want to create dimension. If I do this, it just looks like a ball, right? But let's face it, in nature, hardly anything grows like a ball, okay? So we wanted to make it look more like an organic bush. So I'm gonna put a couple of these longer stems, and I'd like to work in combos of 3 because that's what you see. You see triangles, you see combos of 3 wherever you see in nature, and I wanna mimic that. And you could see how it adds a little bit more dimension. Now, one of the things I do wanna explain to you is there is a form to this. It's springing out like it's jumping out of the table. You want to make sure that your angles, when you're placing the flowers in, they're always angled towards the center of the web foam. I'm going to start off with these taller snapdragons because they're going to go in the center of our arrangement. I like to take off just some of these dirty stems and the leaves that aren't so pleasing to the eye. We're going to cut it so it's going to be about 2 inches lower. Then we're going to put it right next to it. We're going to create a little triangle. I'm going to do these really beautiful shimmer roses. They're like a peach pink tone and they open up very nicely. They're a very large vase flower, but I'm going to cut these really short because I want to kind of push these into the base. Something bigger on the base as well, so on the far corner. Then, now this flower, when the roses are closed like this, one of the ways you could open them up is to grab the bottom of the stem and turn. Then the roses will open up a little bit more. See that? So pretty! I'm having a moment. Okay. Oh, those are so pretty. Moving on to carnations. When I was younger, I hated carnations. I hated it because I thought it was the tackiest flower in the world. But recently, check out this color. Check out this color. Do you see that? It's like this beautiful mauvey purple pink. It's so gorgeous. Now, when you get carnations like this and you want them to open up, you grab the base of where the flower is right here, and you just use your fingers and brush it right on top, and the petals open up. Ta-da! By the way, these flowers, they dry just like this. So if you ever run into these, you can hang them upside down and they will be like this forever. Oh my God, it smells so good. Now, before I move on, make sure to subscribe. And I totally want to hear about your experience and see what you create as well. So share with me in the comments. And make sure to follow us on Instagram with LNDIYS with an S at the end. Oh, I love these daisies. They are the finishing touch. And I have quite a few of these, so I can put these wherever I feel there are some holes. I always come back to fill up a few of the spaces with a little bit more greens. We need some boing greens. Okay, so I'm gonna quickly clean up and then I'm gonna give you a little 360 view of the final product here. Ta-da! Oh, I love this arrangement so much. I think it's unique and perfect for an Easter spring inspired table. I'm gonna show you a 360 view so you know what it looks like all the way around, because this arrangement is gonna look good at any angle. Now it's time for you to try it, have some fun, and make it yours. I can't wait to show you another DIY. Until next time, have some fun.